Hi everyone, this is still Life is the Music, and this is a channel where we do not just react, but we also discuss. Now, this is still part of the MC's 30th anniversary, and I like this episode because it's going to look into the life and career of the pop diva. Now, you can see on the picture of her very beautiful. I don't know if where is that coming from, but it's from the channel. It's a snapshot of the video from watchmojo.com. I subscribed already and I will like the video. Okay, so I'm very excited because this is going to be like very informative in nature, and it's going to really dig into her career, like as a whole. Not going to be like it is to be very exhaustive, but it's like a summarized version. Okay, so hopefully you will enjoy this one. Let's begin.
This diva's career has been a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby.
But it's just a sweet, sweet fantasy, baby. When I close my eyes.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're taking a look at the life and career of Mariah Carey.
I gotta go somewhere, so can we make this quick?
Mariah Carey was born March 27, 1970, in Huntington, New York. With an African-American and Venezuelan father and an Irish mother, Carey endured much racial discrimination, and her parents' divorce drove her to find solace in music. Early vocal training came from her opera-singing mother, and she began writing her own songs in high school. After graduation, she moved to Manhattan and worked on a demo. Thanks to pop singer Brenda K. Starr, Carey's tape landed with Columbia Records head Tommy Mottola, who was so impressed he signed her within weeks. Spanning R&B, pop, and soul, Carey's 1990 eponymous debut showcased her singing through slow.
And this is the album that we are really being fortunate to really cover for 30th anniversary of her, because this is her very first album and project, the debut album to be exact.
And upbeat tracks.
I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given to me. I had a vision of love, and it was all that you've given me.
Positive critical response, multiple #1 singles, and 2 Grammys eventually helped the record climb to #1 the next year. 1991's Emotions gave her another #1 when the title cut became her 5th consecutive single to top Billboard's Hot 100.
And the only artist to date to do that, like the first 5 consecutive singles, Vision of Love, I Don't Want to Cry, Love Takes Time, Someday, and Emotions. The only artist to date.
Next, Carey quieted detractors who believed she was a studio-produced artist by demonstrating her multiple octave range on MTV's produced a top 5 EP and another #1 single.
Just call my name, and I'll be there.
In 1990,
Wala yung basa, kaysa mo kay diri.
Carey wed Mottola and topped the charts with the more pop-influenced Music Box. It became one of the best-selling albums ever and generated the #1s Dream Lover and Hero.
And then a hero comes along
Now I love this album.
with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive.
The worldwide star also faced her stage fright with a small North American tour. Then, after her top 2 duet with Luther Vandross, Carey released the successful holiday record, Merry Christmas.
Now before we proceed, a while ago there was I'll Be There, which was originally sang by Michael Jackson in the Jackson 5 group. Now, how many artists can do that? Like a #1 song during the time of the original singer or singers and group, and another singer that revived it, or who revived such, went to #1. How many does that? And Endless Love remake almost went to number one. It's like number two. How many artists can do that? Anyway,
Oh, baby, all I want for Christmas is you.
With its R&B and hip-hop flavors, 1995's
okay, it's Live to Daydream. Anyway, All I Want for Christmas Is You is now the 19th number one of her, an iconic career of an artist.
Daydream put Carey back on top and produced 3 number ones. Fantasy made Carey the first female artist to have a song debut at number 1, while One Sweet Day, her duet with Boyz II Men, made history by spending 16 weeks at number 1.
And for 23 years, during the time that really we're talking about sales, not just streaming,
After separating
which was a really big disaster, I would say, in music. A lot of people will be saying that for sure.
from Mottola, she demonstrated her newfound independence on the more hip-hop inspired Butterfly. That 1997 album saw Carey modify her singing style and flaunt her feminine appeal in accompanying music videos. The next year, Carey compiled her 13 chart toppers for number ones and included her Oscar-winning duet with Whitney Houston.
Now, Still Honey is in the background. This is like Butterfly being my top one album, personally speaking, not necessarily like musically or as a whole. Of course, a lot of people would be commenting if I say like musically, vocally, but I would say personally speaking, I love Butterfly.
For the Prince of Egypt movie.
An iconic duet. Now, forgive me again for pausing a lot because I have to put some inputs, right?
1999's Rainbow yielded 2 number ones, with Heartbreaker making her the first artist to top the charts in every year of that decade.
And the only artist to have number ones every year in a decade. Just to correct that, just to add more to that, the only.
Unfortunately, she left her label after increasing problems. And, despite a subsequent $100 million contract with Virgin Records, she suffered personal troubles that resulted in her hospitalization. To add fuel to the fire, Carey's film Glitter and its soundtrack were critical and commercial disasters.
Disasters could be if we're talking about like her standards versus Glitter, but it is a soundtrack album, not really a full-length album that she released. Anyhow, a lot of perspectives could be given, but for me, it's like this is still a good and a great album. It's just the timing and perhaps the critics and people who did not receive this much. But of course, justice for Glitter was served when it went to number one in iTunes like last year. Anyway.
After finding a home with Island Records, she received mixed reviews for her vocals on 2002's Charm Bracelet. Her ensuing well-received world tour proved she hadn't lost her touch. She returned to topping the charts with 2.
Okay, so I love Charm Bracelet Tour, especially the vocals there and the Vision of Love performance. That's amazing, ending with whistle notes. You can check them out, guys.
2005's musically diverse and personal The Emancipation of Mimi. Meanwhile, the singles We Belong Together and Shake It Off made Carey the first female artist to conquer the top 2 spots of the Billboard Hot 100 simultaneously.
And you keep on playing games like you know I'm here to stay.
After a successful showing at the 2006 Grammys, Carey became the solo artist with the most American chart toppers thanks to her 18th number one, Touch My Body, in 2008.
Touch my body, put me on the floor, twist me around, play with me some more. Touch my body.
Its parent album, E=MC², also went to number one. During production,
and she was not doing the Einstein stuff. She is not lecturing about physics, about science, but it's her playing with the words or terms. emancipation of Mariah Carey to the second power. What a clever woman.
For the music video Bye Bye, Carey began dating future husband Nick Cannon. In 2009, she appeared in the positively reviewed drama Precious and dropped the top 5 effort Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel. She came out with Merry Christmas to You the following year.
We gon' get together and rejoice and pray.
I also love this album. Hopefully she will release like a third installment in the future. Why not this year? But I heard that she will be releasing new music this year. Anyway.
We gon' help the world become a better place.
The next 2 years saw Carey give birth to twins and collaborate with numerous artists. She also released the song Triumphant, Get 'Em.
Get 'em, I got 'em. They told me get 'em, I got 'em. They told me get 'em, I got 'em. They told me get 'em, I got 'em. We the best.
By 2013, Carey was an American Idol judge, but she continued to act and work on her music.
What's good?
Nothing. I like the pie, okay?
Mariah Carey is a musician, philanthropist, and businesswoman who has influenced many thanks to her incomparable vocal range and singing style. With over 200 million albums sold, the Songbird Supreme also brought R&B and hip-hop to the masses and is one of history's best-selling artists.
Now, I definitely agree with the points, but I think this has to be updated to include All I Want for Christmas Is You's accolades and legacies, like 3 Guinnesses, and it went to the #1 of Billboard Hot 100 like last year. This has to be updated so that we'll have more accolades to be attributed to this woman who contributed so much in the music. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed my reaction to this one, and hopefully you're not distracted by a lot of pauses and all. It's again a channel that we do not just react, but we also discuss a lot, if that is allowed, but I am minimizing because a lot of people are saying that I talk too much. Then hopefully you enjoyed again. Don't forget to subscribe my channel or in my channel. Comment below as to your thoughts and your suggestions for future videos that you want me to react to. If you want this channel to grow, you can share to your friends and let them subscribe. And for now, that's it. And I'll see you next time for another video. Bye for now.